Welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, sports with Brian Camp, and entertainment news with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, how are you today? Here we are, Friday, TGIF, another Friday here. We're coming to you live from New York City. My name is Frank Allan. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And of course, as you already know, we're here every Friday. We get together and have a little coffee, a little entertainment, and we're here for a whole full hour. And we also accept your comments, suggestions, and your ideas. All you have to do is type right there, and I'll see you right there up on the big screen, and we can conversate together. All of you who are watching, wherever you are around the world, it doesn't matter where you are, we're there all over the world. We're live on Facebook, and we're on YouTube, and we're on Instagram. But I must say, I said live on Facebook, but we're not live on Facebook today. I'm going to explain that later on in the show. We're off the air on Facebook, but however, if you're watching us on YouTube, this show is going to be rebroadcast on Facebook after the show is over. So you won't be able to lose skip a beat or anything like that. You won't lose anything. So we'll do that. But of course, every Friday I put an advertisement on Facebook, letting you know that we're going to be on the air at a certain time. And then I also, of course, gave the website of YouTube where you can find us. A lot of people did find us, so that's good. So wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk more about that later, about the not broadcasting live on Facebook. They did it again. They did it again. It's so glad to have you along with us. We want you to know that later on this hour, we have the 2020 feature. Of course, the 2020 feature consists of sports with Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He's coming on 20 past the hour. That's not too far away. And 20 to the hour, the second half of the 2020 feature, DJ Pete comes along. However, DJ Pete will not be here today because DJ Pete is off to the races. Actually, he's making a little money, and I can't blame him for that. All right, but he did send us his information that we can relay to you. So we will be doing his part of the 2020 feature. So ladies and gentlemen, as we always do, and as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, lift your cups, your glasses, and let's celebrate another Friday. So ladies and gentlemen, excuse me while I shoot up. There was an old commercial years ago. I think it was called a chock full of nuts. They still serve chock full of nuts coffee. And they used to say it's the coffee of coffee. Well, it was either a chock full of nuts or Savarin. The coffee of coffee. I think it was Savarin, which is no longer on the market, by the way. They have different kinds of coffees, and they did have abundance of different kinds of coffee back in the old days, back in the 50s. So you had Savarin, Instant Chaseborn. I think it was Chase and Sanborn. Yeah, it was another coffee. I could go back way back. I would like to do a show on nostalgia one day. And that's what I would like to do a show on nostalgia, talk about old commercials, old radio, old TV, big time TV, for a lot of you who may be in the age bracket of the beginning of TV. And of course, old commercials, TV and radio commercials and TV shows and radio shows. Oh, I love talking nostalgia, but we're not going to talk about that today. I mean, listen, if you want to chime in and talk about it, we'll talk about it. Anything you want to talk about it. I just didn't want to plan on doing one. That's not what the show is about today. But if you would like to talk about anything you want to talk about, it's like right there. And of course, we will see you right there on the big screen. So I want to say hi to all of you guys on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for being along with us on this Friday, TGIF. And that's the way it works. Of course, we always talk about the coronavirus, right? Which you could see it's being less and less talked about. And we want to keep it that way. And the reason why that's happening, because things are starting to plateau. And it's all because of you doing your part and getting vaccinated and getting tested if you were feeling sick so no one else would get sick around you, like your mothers, your fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, all of your relatives, all of your friends and your family and neighbors across the way from you as well. We want to make sure everybody is safe. And because of you, you made sure that you gotten vaccinated. And of course, you already know that it's still on. The variant is still on. Please don't make any mistake about that. It's still on. All right. We're just trying to ease up a bit. We're trying to ease up and get back to some kind of normal life for everyone. And so, you know, when you go to restaurants and bars, depending on where you are, I mean, I know here in New York, they have lifted the mask mandate and of course, lifted the mandate of showing your proof of vaccination when you go into a bar or a restaurant, anything like that. They squashed that. In some schools, except for the little kids, they're still, you know, they're wearing the mask, but the older kids, they don't have to wear a mask in the school building and the classrooms right now. So that everything is starting to look good right now. But in the meantime, don't think it's all over. I had a guy just the other day, you know, I was, you know, in the elevator with a lot of people in my apartment building, going up in the elevator. And everybody, you know, when you're in the elevator, people conversating, things like that. And there was one guy just blurted out something like, "It's all over. The variant is over. There's no more vac." And, you know, I thought to myself, you know, the elevator got quiet when he said that. So I thought to myself, I said, well, if it's that quiet, then a lot of people around him know better. And he was the kind of a guy that you just want to grab in the back of his collar and grab him by the seat of the pants and throw him off the elevator. Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware that this variant is still on. It's light, but it's still on. So don't get the idea, and this is in New York here, where people are kind of like dropping their guard immediately. Don't get the idea because maybe in your area, wherever you are, your mayor or one of your local politicians declare the fact that you don't have to wear a mask indoors anymore. They're not saying that. They're not saying that it's over. They're just saying that it's comfortable enough now to ease up a little bit. But don't drop your guard completely, you know, because you don't want to wind up getting sick. And, you know, if you drop your guard, who knows? We don't want to create another wave coming on. And to kill that wave, everyone, and you have been doing it diligently, all of you, not all of you, but some of you have been doing it diligently, wearing your mask, and also using your hand sanitizer and keeping a certain length of distance from people, especially if they're not vaccinated. And so it's not too late to get vaccinated. Get vaccinated anyway. And you already know that there are 3 vaccines on the market. We talk about that every week. You have the Pfizer, Moderna, the J&J, which is Johnson & Johnson. All of that is there. And of course, if you intend to get vaccinated, you can go to a lot of places. There are a lot of places to go. You can go to your primary doctor. He or she may have a supply of the vaccines that you may use, whatever it is, because they're all good. And don't forget, if you're taking the Pfizer and the Moderna, that's a 2-shot deal for fully vaccinated status, right? And 6 months after that, the initial shot, the second shot, 6 months after that, you should get boosted, and that should cover everything for you. As far as the J&J, Johnson & Johnson go, that's a 1-shot deal. You take that shot, you're considered fully vaccinated. But 2 months after taking that initial shot, you should get boosted. And then you'll be on the par of everyone else, because you want to protect everyone you love. You want to protect your family and friends and everyone around you, your coworkers, people going back to work. Some people didn't reach that point yet, but they're getting to that point. Eventually, we're all getting to that point, and we want to get to the point where we don't even have to wear masks at all. Just throw them all away and go back to normal. And boy, it was I call those the good old days when we were actually normal, no mask or anything. When the variant came along, we just like lost everything. But I'm just hoping that all of us have learned from this. Once this thing is over, that we all learn from it, not to take things for granted. You don't take life for granted. You don't take anything for granted. And with all of those good things that we were doing and having a lot of fun, and that was taking away from us for, well, it's 2 years now, and all of that was taken away from us. You want to make sure that everything is okay and we go back to normal and everything is just copacetic. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have or don't know where to go to get vaccinated or to, you know, go around to get tested, there's a lot of places you can go. All you have to do is go on your computer and Google everything. You can Google, and for you to go there and find out what's the nearest station or the pharmacist or whatever, or wherever place you can go to get vaccinated, and they'll tell you. Also, there are places where you can get not only vaccinated, but places where you can go to get tested. If you're feeling ill, if you have the symptoms, you can go get tested. And the test doesn't take that long, 5-second test. It's 5 seconds and you're on your way. They'll check it out. Now, there are a lot of stations you can go. Here in New York, we have stations where you can go, centers that you can go to get tested. We also have on mostly every street corner in Manhattan, there are tents that are built up where you can go there and get tested, and it's all free. And it's a matter of just filling out a little form or something, you know, and then what they do is that they test you, and then later on they send you the results. In about 15 or 20 minutes, they send you results on your cell phone. So it's an easy thing to quickly go there, get tested, and walk on, and they send you information, your results on the phone. Now, if your results come out positive, then of course you want to go away from everyone. Right? Go away from everyone for about 10 days. Go into quarantine and make sure that you're not around people so you don't transmit what you have. Stay there for 10 days. And then after that's over, get tested once again, just to make sure that you're negative at that particular point. And if you are, then of course you can go back and do whatever you do. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, just stay proactive and just stay on the side of not getting any kind of sickness. You don't want to get sick or anything like that. So again, you can go to your favorite pharmacist. They have a supply of vaccines, whatever it is, Moderna or whatever it is. They're all good. Moderna, Pfizer or J&J, whatever it is, they have it all there for you. All right. And make sure that you do that. Now, I have information, and these are local numbers, but I'm pretty sure, as I said, you can Google and find out where it's nearest you to get these treatments, these services for you. And so you may have telephone number, but here's a telephone number that I had from the beginning of it all. It's called the Corona-19 test. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, look in the chat area at the very top. You see there, I got a few information pieces there for you, but you see at the bottom, it says Corona-19, Corona-19 test, and next to it is a phone number. Now, for the benefit of the people who are watching us on Instagram, that information is not there posted for you. So I will orally give it to you right now. That COVID-19 test number is 718-638-7682. Again, that's 718-638-7682. You can call there, and I'm pretty sure you can talk to someone live, a real person. If you have any questions about where to go to get vaccinated, if you're local here in New York, and even if you're not local, I'm pretty sure they'll tell you, give you some kind of roadmap on where to go nearest you. But you can talk about it. You can talk about the status of the level of the variant right now, or you can talk about any question that you may have about it, and they'll certainly pass it on to you. And of course, here's something else. And these are for Moderna users. Now, like I said, all of them are good. All of them are good. You have the Pfizer as well, but these are Moderna. And I'm sorry about that. It's just that one. Too bad it's just not there for everyone to enjoy. Moderna, Pfizer, and J&J. All right, but this is Moderna. And this is local stuff here. But for those of you who live in New York City, I have local stuff for you here. Okay. The Moderna booster and the COVID-19 PCR testing is available at the following stations here in New York City at Times Square and 42nd Street passageway between the Lexington Avenue line and the Lexington and Grand Central Shuttle. And that's there Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the Grand Central Terminal street level at 89 East 42nd Street. That's Monday through Sunday between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. And the good news about all of that, no appointment is necessary. And you can go right there, right now as we speak, and get tested. But the thing I do ask you to do, and just for your benefit, now they have these places I'm telling you about, they're there for the moment, but who knows, they may change up. They may change up. They may go someplace else. And for you to know that, I have a website that you can go on, and it's best to check out the website before you even make that journey over there, so you don't get lost or go on a wild goose chase or anything like that. So you can go to this website, new, new.info. That's new.mta.info/vax. Let me repeat that for you one more time. That's new.mta.mta.info/vax. All right. And you can go there anytime you like to make sure that the updates, you can check out for the updates where they might be. And I would certainly go there before I even make the journey over there to the places I already told you about, Grand Central. But, walking through there, living in that area, walking through there, I see those tents are still up there in that level. So it's all good. And it's Friday and they're there right now. But as I said, they're there 7 days a week. I already told you they're Monday through Sunday. So you can check it out. It's all good. It's 16 minutes past the hour right now, coming up to 17 minutes past the hour. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. And of course, we're here having a little coffee. So again, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh, that's delicious. That's nutritious. Delicious and nutritious if you like coffee. I love coffee. Great in the morning. Okay, so here's the deal. We talked about a lot of things on the show. And one of the things I wanted to talk about too, as you already know, and I've said it many times before, that, and you guys already know, we have a war going on in the Ukraine versus Russia. And of course, this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. War, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? But unfortunately, Russia have invaded the Ukraine, and Vladimir Putin had already issued out something saying that until we will continue to invade you, we will continue to bomb you unless you surrender. Now, Ukraine, the people there are very strong people, and they have proven it every day since this war has been on. They are not letting up. And Vladimir Putin says, when you let up, when you surrender, we will ease up, we will stop, we will cease fire. And there was a couple of times there was rumor that he said, we're going to cease fire. But maybe that's a game he's playing. I don't know. But I want to take time and just acknowledge Ukraine, to people in Ukraine. Some people have lost their lives in all of this. Some people are still fighting. Husbands had sent their wives and their children across the border to go to other places like Poland and Romania and other places like that, so they can get out of the way of all of this, so they could be safe. But the husbands, they stayed there while their family is safe. We don't know if they're going to ever come back to see them again, but that's what men do. They take care of their family. And in some cases, they send their wives and their children out to go visit family and friends, stay with them. But the wives, in some cases, some have done it, go back to Ukraine with their husbands so they could continue the fight. And these are brave people, ladies and gentlemen. They proved it. they proved it. They don't have the sophisticated weaponry that maybe Russia has, because they're more advanced, but they are very resourceful. And I've seen it every day. They're out there, they're making thousands and thousands and thousands of Molotov cocktails. Not only that, they had taking steel scrap, large scraps, and building things on their own. They're doing this on their own. They're building things. They're building things. They look like spike blockades. So vehicles wouldn't cross them or be able to cross them. If people from Russia, they come in and try to go through the barricade. But these are barricades that are stretched across the road, so they can block them from getting past that. Now, I don't know about tanks or anything like that. I haven't seen anything that tanks actually crossed it, but so far they're doing a good job with that. So I just like to, express my prayers and my sentiments out to the people of Ukraine. And I want you to know, and I think I could speak for everyone here in the United States as well, that we are with you. We are with you. And of course, we keep our fingers crossed. Miracles do happen. And who knows, maybe we'll wake up one morning and the war is over. And I really hope it is. We got more to talk about right throughout the show, but ladies and gentlemen, it's 21 minutes past the hour. And I am going over to Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, I got sunshine in New York. Brian Camp is there with the latest developments in today's world of sports. I got sunshine here. What do you have?
I got cloudy, foggy, haze, 43 degrees, a little chilly, not real cold, but a little chilly. Not a little, it's just one of those dreary days, with a little back hurts and the arthritis and in the body flares up. Not that I have a lot of arthritis. I got a mild case of arthritis in my spine. And I had that ever since I was a teenager. So that's something that will never go away. But when it rains like that, and it is true, the doctors did confirm that. I never used to believe that, yeah. But it is true that when you have weather like this, it does get a little sore and everything. But I want to touch on something that you just said about the war. I saw something on Facebook a couple of days ago. I try to stay off Facebook. I try to stay off a week at a time. But I saw a picture of Putin on Facebook, sitting on a train, looking out the window. And when you look out the window, you see your reflection. And when the reflection he saw was Adolf Hitler. I'm going to leave it right there.
Wow.
If you see what's going on right now in what's happening over there in Ukraine, I would never dare to put that up, because that cause, Facebook is so strict now. They'll just suspend you for whatever reason, especially when you talk about past presidents and present presidents. But that picture alone, just have him looking out the window, Putin on a train, and looking out the window, and his reflection looking out the window, he sees Adolf Hitler with the mustache and things like that. That's something to think about, because children are being killed over there in Ukraine. People, innocent children and people being killed, and it's really sad and everything. And I tell you one thing, I'm going to make a bold prediction. If Russia even think about crossing that border into Poland, and Poland is one of the NATO countries. There's 30 NATO countries. If they do that, there's a great possibility World War III will start. It's a great possibility. So, and I get tired of.
But while we're on the subject, it's first of all, that reflection of Hitler that he saw. He said he saw that. Did he say?
No, it was a picture. It was a picture. He was on a train. Putin was on the train, and he's looking out the window. Just looking out the window, in thought.
Yeah.
And in the reflection, how when you look out the window, you see your reflection.
Yeah.
The reflection was Adolf Hitler and Putin, they're looking at one another
Wow.
like that.
Is that a picture that possibly went viral?
It was on Facebook. I don't know who sent it or who posted it. But that's something, you know, maybe I could research it and just text it to you. I wouldn't put it on Facebook because, you know, you're gonna offend a lot of ethnic groups, you know, and you know, it wouldn't be right. But that was a powerful picture. You know, words, you know how they say a picture could speak a lot of words. Well, that right there was a eye opener and a mouth opener for, you know, for people. So
yeah.
Right. But good morning to everybody out there. Hope all is well. And I'm gonna get to the sports. I wasted enough time talking about politics, but no, that's something I wanted to bring up. Ladies and gentlemen, baseball is back. Baseball is back. Major League Baseball is back. Yes, yes, yes. The owners voted unanimously to ratify a new collective bargaining agreement, ending the 99-day lockout of the players and salvaging the 162 game season. Yes, they will play the entire season that would begin April. Spring training camps will open on Sunday. So free agent signings can begin Thursday night. That was last night. The league made a proposal that bridged the significant gap of the competitive balance tax. Now, a key issue in the end stages of the talks, the final vote by the Major League Baseball Players Association, which is the unions, was an 8-member of the executive subcommittee and 30 player representatives. Now, each team has a player rep. So there's 30 teams in Major League Baseball. So they voted. The reps was 26-12 in favor of the agreement. In addition, with the new CBT, which increases from $230 million to $244 million over the 5-year deal. And the thing that I don't like about this deal, I'm glad baseball's back. I don't like the designated hitter. The National League now have the designated hitter. I do not like it. It takes away strategic moves between both managers. And I understand why they're doing it. They're trying to bring the fans back, especially the younger crowd, because baseball is not, they're not marketing their product on the field. They do not market well at all. They're way behind of football and basketball. And this is what they want to do. There's some other stuff that's in there. There's some things of signing and international draft. And it's just something I'm not in favor of. But, you know, if they could do it, if they could just remove the designated hidden thing, I'm fine with it. So that's where we are. In the NFL, Brian Flores wants the NFL to reject the Miami Dolphins' request for an arbitration hearing regarding his class action lawsuit against the team and the league alleging racist hiring practices. Now, Brian Flores' lawyer sent a letter to the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell urging him to turn down the Miami's request and have the case settled in court. Flores was hired as a senior defensive assistant for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he has a job, but the Dolphins, New York Giants, and the Denver Broncos, following the dismissal by Miami, saying that they deny all allegations. Now, Flores alleges the league has discriminated against him and other Black coaches for racial reasons, denying them positions as head coaches, general manager, offensive and defensive coordinators, and quarterback coaches. So the Miami Dolphins had offered Flores $100,000 per loss during his first season with the team in 2019 in order to effort to receive a top draft choice. We got more gambling. Now listen to the story. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley has been suspended for at least the 2022 season after gambling on games in 2021. Ridley gambled on games over a 5-day stretch in November of 2021 when he was on the non-football injury list to address his mental health. Now, Ridley said he had bet $1,500 in total and claims that he doesn't have a gambling problem, but he was using his mobile app. Sports gambling is now legal. You could go on your mobile phone, type up whatever you want to bet in Vegas, because you know Vegas is the capital of the world when it comes to sports betting. It is now legal. It's not like where Pete Rose was gambling and it was not legal. It was illegal back there. So they're going to appeal it, of course, to try to lower the suspension. He doesn't deserve to be suspended for a whole season, but it is what it is. WNBA player Brittany Griner is being detained in Russia after customs officials said that they found hashish oil in her luggage in an airport near Moscow in February. The Russian Federal Customs Service searched her luggage and found vape cartridges that contain oil derived from cannabis, crime that carries a maximum penalty of 10 years. That's a lot of time. The State Department, our State Department, issued a do not travel advisory for Russia back on January 23rd that warned Americans against traveling to Russia because of the potential for harassment against U.S. citizens. And the embassy limited ability to assist U.S. citizens to Russia because of COVID-19 and related entry restrictions like terrorism, harassment, and the Russian government security officials. So basically what they're saying that they've been watching her. She's a professional basketball player in the United States, but because the season is over, she wants to play overseas to make some extra money. She's one of the biggest stars in the WNBA. And I have to say this, that the Russian government for years has been known, they've been opposed of gay rights. Now, Brittany Griner is gay. She's married to a woman, and the Russian people do not like that. They oppose of it, like I said. And I think what they're doing, they're trying to send a message to not only around the world, but especially to the United States, because the United States are sending sanctions to Russia for this. So it's a cat and mouse game. We know that the WNBA and the NBA are doing the best they could to return her, as well as President Joe Biden. This day in sports, March 11th, San Francisco, 1997, San Francisco Giant JT Snow suffers a fractured eye socket when hit by a pitch. That gotta hurt. When a ball is coming at you at 90 miles plus per hour and it hits you in the eye socket, that could be deadly. You could lose your life, believe it or not. But he was out for a while. 2020, that's 2 years ago, NBA suspends, this was the start of the pandemic, suspends 2019 season until further notice after the Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert tests positive for COVID-19. This is when they start playing basketball in the bubble. And that was the first case where they canceled games. Birthdays, this date, 1979, Elton Brand, NBA player and general manager, was born in Cortlandt Manor, New York. And in 1993, Anthony Davis, center of the LA Lakers, was born in Chicago, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
I am so glad that baseball is back. I am so happy. I didn't know what to do in the beginning, but you know, when you gave the report last night on Talkback Live, I said, man, this is great. This is great. So I'm all tuned up. I'm raring to go.
I bet you are. You know, I'm happy that it's back, but again, I don't like the DH hitting. You know, it's something that I was never in favor of, and you know, the sport is desperate now.
Yeah,
the sport is desperate.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to try to get it back to where it was in its heyday, because baseball in its heyday, that was the time to really watch baseball. But like you said, and it's a truth to what you said, most of the people who are supporting baseball come hell high or water are people who, you know, in our age bracket, you know, the younger people.
They are going to watch it regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we have no place to go.
Exactly.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All Okay, listen, if that's it, man, it's good to have you here. And I guess we'll catch you back here next week too. And just keep those sports coming. Just keep them coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone have a safe weekend. Enjoy. And let's say our prayers out to the Ukraine people. Take care.
Okay, take care, Brian. Okay, that's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he's here every Friday doing his part of the 2020 feature. He's 20 out past the hour. And of course, coming up not too far away, in just about 5 minutes from now, you have the second half of the 2020 feature. That's DJ Pete's feature, but DJ Pete is not in today. So what we're going to do, we're going to be DJ Pete today, and because he sent his information in, so that's good. We'll take care of all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, you're just tuning in, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allen, and of course, we're here every ring-a-ding week, every Friday, between the hours of, I say hours, that's plural, I mean singular, between the hour of 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern. And those of you who are joining us for the first time, please don't make it your last time. Make us part of your action. Please, too, when you go on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you subscribe to that as well. And as far as Facebook is concerned, we're going to be back in action with them. We have 50 days left before we're back with Facebook, and we'll tell you about that in a few minutes. But if you're going to chime in the conversation, we really appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Please, if you're going to talk, if you're outside of New York City, anywhere outside of New York City, in another country, another town, or whatever, give us your weather report. It's not mandatory, but that's something that we like to do. And speaking of weather, I'm going to give you mine. If you're in New York, don't worry about it, because I take care of the New York weather, which is what I'm going to do right now. We have 46 degrees here in New York City. The temperatures are getting warmer. We have 46 degrees, and if I can find my map, I don't know where it is. I must have lost it. My weather. Did I lose my weather? Okay, I'm going to try to find my weather. Let me see. I must have lost it somewhere. Let me go down here. Thank God for technology. You can bounce back real quick from it. Let's see. There it is. There it is. I believe it's right there. Okay, we lost it for a minute, but we got it back. It's 48 degrees right now here in New York City, 48 degrees, and we've got sunshine on the horizon right now. It's looking good. It's looking good. So this is what we have today. For the time being, the sun is out. It's lots of sunshine, high 53 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight will be cloudy skies with periods of rain. See, now we're going to the downfall. Periods of rain. We'll have a low 44 degrees. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 80%. And let's see, for tomorrow, well, here we go. Enjoy the sunshine while you may, New Yorkers, because we have rain early with snow in the afternoon. This is for Saturday. And morning high will be 46 degrees. Winds, the temperatures out there. The temperatures, as you can see, will be falling near freezing. And winds will be north-northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 100%. Snow accumulations less than 1 inch, and winds could occasionally gust to over 40 miles per hour. So when we had that nice weather, that springtime weather, everyone in their short shorts and their short sleeve shirts and all of their summertime attire, look what happened. You see what happens for Saturday. Saturday night, a few clouds from time to time. We have a low 43 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and winds can occasionally gust to 40 miles per hour. See, it's not over until it's over. And as we wrap up our weekend for Sunday, well, we kind of get boosted up here a bit. It's great. It's going to be mostly sunny skies, high 63, winds will be west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And repeating that current temperature, Here in New York, we have 48 degrees. So listen, if we can get by Saturday, it's okay. We get by Saturday and it's going to be fine. And therefore, you stay home if you have to go out, but you can see we're going to get a lot of snow too. So you want to stay home Saturday. And I have, by the way, speaking of all of that, I have movies, right? Those great movies, those Turner Classic movies that I told you about. We have those coming along. And you can spend your weekend watching those things. So we got it all for you right here on the Coffee Hour. And just in case you're just joining us, it is the Coffee Hour. And my name is Frank Allan. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me while I shoot up. Okay, usually DJ Pete is here at this time. And of course, he comes along and he brings you entertainment news as part of the 2020 feature, because now it's 20 to the hour. And so it's time to recite that, because he left us some information here. So DJ Pete, we want to thank you if you're watching. He usually chimes in. He's watching. As a matter of fact, he's watching now. He's watching from work. So DJ Pete, here we go. This is what DJ Pete left me here today. Bob Wills of the Texas Playboys was born March 6 in 1905. He was called the King of Western Swing. The King of Western Swing, American Western Swing musician. He's a songwriter and a band leader as well. And of course, there's a lot of other information on him. And I can see a picture of him with that cowboy hat, that 10-gallon cowboy hat they used to wear back in those days. Anyway, he was born on the day, March 6th. He passed away May 13th in 1975 at the age of 70. And that's young these days. Age 70 is young these days. It's the new 40, or maybe the new 50, I don't know. But yeah, that's a good one. And as we move along, we've got Lloyd Price. Lloyd Price was born March 9th, back in 1933. That's the late Lloyd Price, who was an American R&B and swing singer. He was a songwriter as well, recorded exclusive with bands, band leader, and known for his big hit Personality back in 1959, Personality. And that became a million seller for him. And of course, you can't forget Lordy Miss Claudie. Lordy Miss Claudie, do you realize on Lordy Miss Claudie, Fats Domino was on there? The piano riff in the beginning, Fats Domino did that, Lordy Miss Claudie. Okay, and let's see, Keely Smith. Keely Smith was big back in the days of Vegas, in the heydays of Vegas. She was born on this day. Her real name is Dorothy Jacqueline Keely, but she took the name Keely Smith. She was married to Louis Prima, and together they did that big hit back in the 50s called That Old Black Magic. Keely Smith, American jazz and popular song singer who performed and recorded exclusively in the 50s. That's right, in the 50s. And then she became a solo act in the 60s. And she played with a lot of big ones. She hung out with the likes of Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis and the Rat Pack, the rest of the Rat Pack, all of them, right? We move along. Bix Beiderbecke. Bix Beiderbecke was born on this day, March 10th, 1903. And he was born in Leon Bismarck. He was born under the name of Leon Bismarck Beiderbecke. Now, here's a history of him. He was a pioneer of jazz, clarinet, piano, and he was a composer, and his music influenced many musicians. He had the big hit called Singin' the Blues, Singin' the Blues. Now, that Singin' the Blues, I'm wondering if that's that same song. I think it was covered, Singin' the Blues, was, I think, covered by, I can't think of his name offhand, but it was a big hit back in the 60s, I believe, Singing the Blues. But anyway, that's it. And now we have Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk, a 1 and a 2. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. Lawrence Welk was born March 11th. Yes, today would have been his birthday, March 11th, in 2003. And he was an American accordionist, And he was a band leader, television personality who hosted the TV program, The Lawrence Welk Show, back in between 1951 and 1982. And then they did the reruns on public TV. They took all the reruns off public TV. I haven't seen it in a long time. One of the things about the Lawrence Welk Show, I make fun of the Lawrence Welk Show because I remember as a kid growing up in Brooklyn, I was a kid and I used to always, my mom used to allow me to go to my grandmother's house for the weekend. I used to always love to go there. Loved being home with mom, but on the weekends was my time with grandma. And I loved it only because of the fact that she spoiled me rotten to the core. And I got away with murder. The only downfall with all of that was on a Saturday night, I was forced to watch the Lawrence Welk Show. I guess that was my punishment. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not knocking the music. That's Lawrence where it has its place. James Taylor was born March 12th in 1948, an American singer, songwriter, and musician, a 6-time Grammy Award winner. And he had the hits, You Got a Friend, Handyman, and one of my favorites that he does, You Got a Friend, and the other one, I Saw Fire and Rain, Fire and Rain. That was a very poignant song by him. And I think he actually lived that song. And he was once married to Carly Simon, and who did her wonderful song, Anticipation. So there you have it. That's what we have. That wraps up our portion for this 2020 feature with DJ Pete. Thank you, DJ Pete, for passing that along. We really appreciate that. I want to say hello to Kevin, the cigar man, the cigar entrepreneur, the cigar guru, and I think he's enjoying a smoke as he watched the show right now. He's watching us on Instagram. So thank you so much, Kevin, for being along with us. I don't usually say hi to him if he doesn't say hi back, but you're doing a little wave. I usually don't say anything to anyone unless they actually speak. But I want to say hello to hi to Kevin because he's a special guy. Okay, so by the way, you can check out DJ Pete's show. DJ Pete has a show, a radio show. He's still young enough to be a disc jockey, and you can catch him on www.radio-airwave.co.uk, and you can catch him there Mondays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and also catch him on his hometown radio station, WMPG, and that's out in Portland, Maine, and you can catch him there. But if you don't catch the station for any reason, you're not in the signal area, there's no excuse because they do have a website, and you can catch the same broadcast on www.wmpg.org, and that's every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. All times are from United States and Canada on Eastern time, and everything we do, we talk about Eastern right here. Okay, thank you so much, Pete. You're listening, you're watching us, The Coffee Hour, once again. By the way, we hope Pete comes back pretty soon. He's out there making the little scratch. That's what I like. Okay. I'm always for a guy who likes to make money. Okay, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're here every Friday, just in case you're wondering what this madness is all about. Yes, we're here every Friday. We're here every Friday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And of course, as you already know, we have the 2020 feature with Brian Camp, and of course, the DJ Pete, all the people here. They all gracious to lend their talents here, and that's a good thing. Okay, I have birthdays too. I mean, I gave everything that Pete had, but here's some birthdays that are celebrating today. Are you celebrating a birthday today? Okay, happy birthday to you because you're in good company, because actor Terrence Howard from the series Empire, everybody likes that show, Empire, and he also played on Ray, that's the Ray Charles story. He's 53 today. Jesse Jackson Jr. is 57. R&B singer Cheryl Lynn is 65 today. Let's see, Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. He's 72 today. Jazz pianist Bobby Lyle is 78. Former reporter and news anchor Sam Donaldson is 88 today. Happy birthday, Sam. And Rupert Murdoch is 91 today. And these next people are no longer with us, but we want to acknowledge the civil rights leader, Ralph Abernathy, who would have been celebrating his 96th birthday today. And of course, jazz artist The late Mercer Ellington, the son of Duke Ellington, would have been 103. And of course, we already talked about Lawrence Welk, but we didn't mention that he would have been 119 years old. Thank you, boys. And those are the birthdays of today. Thank you so much for being along with us on the coffee hour. And people are coming in, and I see some people, a lot of people like to come in and they like to sit idle. That's okay. You can sit idle. That's okay. It's good. You can do that. It's swell. We appreciate it. You can sit idle. But if you like to say something, we always welcome your comments and your suggestions and your ideas. And if you have any comments, suggestions, and ideas, anything about the show that you want to talk about, of course, we're always happy to have you aboard with us. And you can say anything you want, but you may want to do it privately. And I have information that I like to give you. Of course, I have my email address and my telephone number. Now, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, you look over there up in that section where the comments are, right? That's the chat section. Look up there at the very top and you'll see there's all kinds of information. Now, I have my email address and my telephone number. Now, if you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas, and by the way, if you want to give us some kind of information about where to go in your area, no matter where you are around the world, you want me to relay it here on where to go, that people in your area, they may be listening, they may not be listening, that want to get vaccinated or tested, and you know where that information lies, you can transfer it over to us and we'll say it on the air here. And all you have to do is you can email us. My email address is frankallanprod@aol.com. That's Frank Allan, A-L-L-A-N, Frank Allan Prod, P-R-O-D, that stands for production, that's short for production. frankallanprod@aol.com. That's frankallanprod@aol.com. Or you can call us. Number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Again, that number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. And you could check us out. And even if you just want to say hi, we welcome all your comments, suggestions, and ideas, okay? And we've got those movies for you. You love those movies, right? Oh, movies, those classic movies. All of you love those classic movies. I adore them. And we were talking about the weather here in New York. Well, those of you who are in New York, we have that bad weather coming up on Saturday. You want to stay home. You may want to sit back, relax, and take it easy. And you could do it with movies. And I have some classic movies, some Turner classic movies that I think you'd be interested in. So here we go. Here's a great movie that I love. I checked it out myself. It's a great movie. It's called Johnny Eager, back in 1942, starring Robert Taylor and Lana Turner. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies. That's on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Now, Saturdays are for sleeping for a lot of people. They work hard and they want to sleep late. Now, if you know you're going to sleep beyond that, and you don't want to wake up that early to watch it, you could still watch it. All you have to do is DVR it and watch it at your total convenience. That's Johnny Eager, 1942, Robert Taylor and Lana Turner. We also have Spartacus, back in 1960, with Kirk Douglas and Laurence Olivier. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday as well. That's on in the afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And you can check that out. And finally, we go back in time. Bonnie and Clyde, 1967, with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. That comes on Turner Classic Movies as well. And you can catch that Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's great movies. Now, those are just picks that I have. Now, there may be others that you may want to see on Turner Classic Movies. All you have to go is go to the Turner Classic icon, check it out, go to the channel and go through the program guide, and you'll see there may be other movies that I didn't mention. Not that they're not good movies, it's just these are my picks and you can watch it there. Also, if you have cable, and you could also go on cable on demand and watch your favorite movies, movie on demand, and watch your favorite movies. They have a lot of great movies, a lineup of great ones. You can check out movies that you haven't seen in a long time, or movies that may jog your memory, and they're right there. And of course, if you like sports, like me, I like wrestling, I like baseball. You can go onto those channels just in case you don't catch them all in real time. Like for instance, wrestling, whatever network is on, you go to that network on demand the following day and it'll be right there for you. And of course, you have movies like the Lifetime movies and all of that, that's all there. And you can check out some of the movies that were previously played on Lifetime movies, or great stuff. It's all right there, great entertainment. So I'm going to give you the rundown of those movies once again. You have Johnny Eager with Robert Taylor and Lana Turner. That's Saturday. That's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. Spartacus with Kirk Douglas and Laurence Olivier. That's Saturday. That's at 4:30 p.m. on Turner Classic Movie. And Bonnie and Clyde from 1967 with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. And that's tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you gave enough information for you to get that, because we'd like you to enjoy your weekend. Now, those of you who have not experienced that bad weather, don't worry about it. That bad weather, it comes around. It does come around. But if you happen to be in that bad weather, that's great entertainment. There's all kinds of entertainment. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys are innovative and you can create your own entertainment too. That's what we, and all of us learned that through this pandemic. As that pandemic came along, do you realize that a lot of us have resources or made resourceful things for us and been creative and innovated? We learned. That's one of the things that this virus, that when it came along, we learned how to do that. We learned how to do a lot of things. So that was the positive thing about it. That's great. Okay, now we told you, ladies and gentlemen, at the top of the show, and I don't want to skip that. I don't want to be remittance about it, but on YouTube, we're on YouTube Live right now, and we're on Instagram Live right now, but we're not on Facebook Live right now. And because of that, and I'll tell you why. If you weren't here last week and you were looking for us and you didn't see us, well, we're still on the air. Nothing is going to stop us. You kick us out on one place and we'll be at another place. Don't worry about it. We're always here, but we always direct you on where we're going to be live. But after the show, this show will be rerun. We'll post it there on Facebook for those of you Facebook who can't get access to Instagram or don't have an account Instagram or YouTube, but I'm sure everybody does, but you like to watch it on Facebook. We are going to post this show, this live show that's happening right now on Facebook, and you can watch it a little later on. So even though we're not live, but they stopped us. They stopped us. And it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, there was some kind of post that I put on that it had nothing to do with anything. It wasn't derogatory. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't anything. And it was just a simple picture of a picture that it's just a plain picture, you know, and sometimes they're little jokes, but they're not political jokes or anything or sexual jokes or anything, nothing like that. And they contacted me and said, we had to take down your post because, you know, it doesn't agree with our community or whatever it is, whatever your community is, you know, anyway. So they took those down and they gave us 59 days. They suspended us for 59 days. And for the 59 days, we cannot broadcast and we cannot advertise for the next 51. Now we're down to 50 days. We got 50 days coming along. And after that, we will be back on Facebook. So those of you who missed us on Facebook, we're coming back. It's just that you're going to have to wait for 50 days. And so that in mind, that's going to be, I believe, the first week in May. The first week in May. We're going to be off the whole month of August, of April, the whole month of April, and then we'll be back the first week of May. So we're looking forward to that. I am looking forward to seeing you guys here next week as well. Because the show is over, but I want to thank Brian and of course DJ Pete for sending his information in too, ladies and gentlemen. You can catch me every Thursday night from 8 p.m. To 9 p.m. And we do this show called Talk Back Live. Talk Back Live is a program that I think you all love, you all should love. We indulge in conversation. Brian Camp will be with us too, and he will bring you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And that's Thursday. Other than that, I'll be back here next week with Brian and DJ Pete as well for the 2020 feature. And of course, you and I will indulge in conversation. I want to wish each and every one of you a great day and a great weekend. And I will see you all back here at that particular time, and enjoy yourself. Take care. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistance, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.